No.
Hey, cyber babies, welcome to December. This is a month of celebration, emulation, and love and peace that we're sharing. And so, Shaq C and that's Shaq C right there. And he looking for a girlfriend. Maybe I'm looking for him a girlfriend, because you don't want to be by yourself and alone for Christmas, and being by yourself and alone can be two different things because I like my solitude. I like when I don't have to
Mm-hmm.
talk to anybody, I don't have to try to solve a problem. I
Mm-hmm.
just sit and ball up and just do my thing. Give me a good book or where. Oh, my husband told me my thing is now when I'm in deep thought, I cook everything in the kitchen. I don't cook
Right.
everything. Okay, I cook half the stuff. But then too, it helps me because I don't have to, plan on it. I cook the food and I put it in the bag and I put it in the deep freezer and then I can pull it out, when it's time. I used to be called the cook who could go from raw to done in 30 minutes. Okay. I told them I'm gonna slow down. My appendages don't work as fast as they used to. So you just got to bear with. That's why I started cooking on Monday for Thanksgiving. And it was off the hook. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good. We ate a lot. we had Nobody came over, so we had everything to ourselves.
See, you could have called me, but then they'd been like, "Well, where you going?" "I'm going to see Shaq." "Where's Shaq?" "In New York." "Oh, no, no, no. Get your behind back and put your apron back on. And get on back in the kitchen and do what it is you do.
Yeah,
Because when I'm not doing this,
you didn't want to come to New York on Thanksgiving. It
oh,
was
no, 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 no.
pouring rain.
I don't want to travel back east in the winter time. Not January,
No.
February, March, November, December, don't have snow on the ground. I grew up in snow. I am a snow baby. I don't even like snow-capped mountains. The grandkids ask us one day, will you take us to snow? No, that will not be me. You have to look at it like you did. And one of our former friends, he took the kids up to the mountains. Oh, and they just fell in love with snow. I said, let me tell you why you fell in love with snow. Because you've never seen it. You've never lived in it. You don't know what it's like to get up in the middle of the night, 4 or 5 o'clock in the day, in the morning, and go put a blanket on your engine so it doesn't freeze. You got to go out and sweep all the snow off your car, dig it. That was just way too much work. No, I don't like snow, but it was really, really great. And Christmas is coming up. It is so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Can you believe how fast this year has gone by?
So
You know,
fast.
you and I have been doing this for almost a year. Did you know that?
I, it just went by so fast. I just realized it just now.
See,
The time flies when you're having fun.
when you're having fun, and let us have some fun. So Shaq and he picks out the topics from Forgive or Forget that I was the original host of the show. I have to say the original host of the show. And man, that was an awesome show. It is still an awesome concept, and that was an awesome show. So now, what do you have for us? He gets clips, and and I don't want to know what they are. I don't want to know what they are because I have to have this with me. Because I didn't realize how emotional that program is.
It
Okay,
really
so what do you got
is.
for us today?
Yeah. For one of the stories, you probably need to hold that close by, but not now. We got some good ones.
See, I got to be
This
ready
first,
for you, Freddie.
yeah, but this first one, her name is Trina Lucas. She cheated on her husband more than once when they were married, so she wants him back.
Okay, I can't wait to hear this one because don't prejudge, mother love. Do not prejudge. Let us just see the clip. Because
Here we
soon as you
go.
said cheating on her husband, you know why I went. I gave her the look. Okay, go ahead. I didn't even know I had the look.
Forget it. Welcome to Forgive or Forget. And now the host of Forgive or Forget, Mother Love.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Forgive or Forget. Let's meet our first guest.
My name is Trina Lucas. I cheated on my husband more than once while we were married. We're divorced now, but I'd do anything to get him back. I want to apologize to him today. I hope he'll forgive me so we can be a family again.
Trina, you said you cheated more than once. You cheated 5 times. Why'd you do that?
Because I was very unhappy in the marriage. He was very controlling. He told me what to wear. He picked my friends. I was doing really bad. My whole life I did really bad. And I had
you say really bad, what do you mean your whole life you've done really bad?
Well, as far as, you know, I never was accepted by anybody. I've fought long and hard to get my GED. I met Alan when I was 19, and he's 11 years older than I am. When it came time for me to get my GED, it would come down to the fist fights for me to even get out the door to go to school at night. I finally got my GED and wanted to pursue a nursing career. And it was another fist fight for me to go to nursing school. And he would hide my car, rip the phone out of the wall if I was talking to my parents. He forbid me to have friends. Couldn't talk with my parents. They lived in California and we were in a small town in Arkansas. So if I was on the phone with my father, let's say, he would come in and rip the phone out of the wall. Say, I think you've been on that phone long enough. All you do is talk on the phone. Well, I was taking care of 3 kids, you know. When I was going to nursing school, I was the one to take the kids to school. I was the one to pick them up, plus I had my school. And all he did was go to work and come home, thinking that's all he had to do. That's all a man had to do was go to work and come home. You know, you can handle everything else. I was faithful to him the last year, about year and a half of our marriage.
Well, how long were you married to Alan?
5 years.
Okay.
We were together for 8.
So now you're saying wait a minute, this is what I'm trying to figure out. If this man has been verbally abusive to you, fighting with you while you're trying to better yourself, not wanting to carry his part of the load with the children, could you just explain to Mother Love Trina why you're sitting on that couch asking someone to forgive you, asking him to forgive you? Are you with me on this one? Is it just me? Are you...
Well, I was unfaithful. I cheated on him not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, but 5 times, okay? I mean, but he knew about every single time. It wasn't like I kept it a secret. He knew within a good 24 hours that I had cheated on him.
Did you want him to find out that you were cheating? Maybe he would step up to the plate.
I think I was trying to get his attention in a lot of ways. You know, I wanted him so bad to love me and be happy for me that I was bettering me. You know, I wasn't doing it for me. I was doing it for the family.
Because it sounds like to me you were doing this behavior because it was like, okay, no, pay attention to me. If I can get these other men to pay attention to me, you're my husband, why won't you pay attention to me? Okay. He would find out 24 hours after you.
Well, I'm not going to say, you know, I'm not saying
real close.
24 hours.
But real close.
Yeah, oh yeah. He would know by looking at me. We were like this. I mean, he knew me by looking into my eyes. He could tell, you know. There was one point that I came home and I said, I cheated on you, you know. And then I would cry and ask his forgiveness and he'd take me back. But I had him removed from the house. I had him removed because he always told me, while I was in nursing school, he wouldn't let me go study or anything, you know. I had to stay home. He said, well, you're spending too much time with school. You're not spending enough time with the kids. Okay, well, so I would stay home. It got to the point that I was sick of it. He accused me every single day of cheating on him, and I was not. So, and I was trying to better the family and myself at this point. I had stopped cheating on him. And I got in that mindset that this is it, Trina. You're no more cheating. You're just going to, concentrate on bettering the family. And I had him removed from the home after him telling me, you can't get your GED, you can't go to nursing school, you can't do any of this. I did it. I got my GED, I got my little butt in nursing school, had him kicked out of the house, I had the car, I had the kids. In a matter, that was December, on June 3rd, I lost everything because he hired a private investigator, and I was dating a black man. And because of that, and being in a small town, I lost my car, my kids, my house, and everything because
you were dating a black guy?
Because I slept with a black man.
Trina, this is 1998.
Thank
Are you trying to tell me down in Arkansas?
He told me I was immoral. The judge looked me dead in the eyes and he said, ma'am, because of your children. He said it just like this, and I quote, I'm granting Mr. Lucas custody of the children. And then he looked at me and he said, Mrs. Lucas, it's because of your immoral ways.
Was it? What? Wait a minute now. Come on, Trina. It couldn't have been because you were dating a black guy.
It was because a black man came to my house and spent the night at my house. He said it because of your immoral ways.
Were your kids in the house? Wait a minute. Were your kids in the house?
Yeah, they
Okay,
were
what
there.
kind of Trina?
I also had him there, but he was never seen.
Trina, sweetie, were you in the process of getting a divorce when this happened?
Yeah, we were legally separated.
Okay, but you were still, people kill me with that I'm legally separated as still your husband until you get divorced.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, I have to agree with the judge. Now, if you were really concerned about your children, you wouldn't have been sleeping in the house with any man. I don't care if you were black, white, blue, pink, or green
Yeah,
with your
that's
babies
true.
in it. We have a few questions. Yes, sir.
Wouldn't it seem like it's time to move on?
It should be, but I want my family back. He's got custody of my 2 younger children. They live in Arkansas, and I have my oldest, which is 10. They separated my children amongst all this. He's got 2, and I've got 1. I want my family back together. I want to go to counseling. I want to really try this time. I love my family. We had a nice family. We had problems.
Yes, ma'am. No, you have to stand up, darling.
If I was your husband, I wouldn't forgive you. I wouldn't, because what you did, you cheated 5 times. You're going to continue to do it once you try to get him back. That wouldn't be fair.
For 2 years, I did not
goes
cheat
on.
on him. For 2 years, no.
You're never supposed to cheat on your husband when you're married. I finally said it. Yes, ma'am. Stand up with me.
2 wrongs don't make it right. I mean, if your husband was so controlling and so bad, why didn't you just leave? What did you expect by cheating all those times with him? And that makes you an unfit mother right then and there. And the color of the man's skin had nothing to do with the judge's decision. That is my opinion.
No,
it could have been white, it could have been Chinese. It wouldn't matter. It was the fact that you brought a man into your house. No. Like
My
Mother Love
attorney
said,
came out and
this
told
is
me
the
himself.
1990s.
My attorney told me himself. The judge made his ruling before we
Well, I
even
don't know
stepped
where
into
this
the
attorney
courtroom.
came from.
Well, I don't know where he came from, because
You guys
to
need
me,
to go to Arkansas.
oh, I don't,
Yeah.
I got a lot of friends in Arkansas that are black and white and blue and pink and green. Yeah, my blue and pink friends in Arkansas, and they don't feel that way.
Well,
and
you should have been there in the courtroom then. Had you have been there, you would have understood. All my friends were there. They were girlfriends of mine. They were black. They sat right there, and they saw and heard everything. And
I'm not saying that it could not have happened. It just seemed like that was, I think you're taking that more out of context and the fact, and playing down the fact that you brought a man into your house with 2 small children and you were still Mrs. Lucas. That's what we're saying. We sat down with Trina earlier and helped her prepare a special videotaped message for her ex-husband, Alan. We have Alan with us live backstage today. Let's get him set up to join us now. Alan?
Yes.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I'm going to play you a message from your ex-wife, Trina, and then I'm going to ask you to make a decision about whether you want to come through the door, okay?
Okay.
Let's all take a look at Trina's message now.
Alan, we spent 8 years of our lives together. We had 2 beautiful children together. I realize I hurt you, honey, and I'm willing to do anything to make it up to you. You and those children mean the world to me. You are my life, and so are they. We need to build back up our marriage and try harder. I'll give my 110% if you'll give yours. I'm asking that you take me back. I'm not trying to prove anything other than my love for you and them kids. I think about you every day. Not a day goes by that I don't want you back in my life. I love you very much. And I'm sorry for hurting you. I love you, sweetheart. Please forgive me.
Alan, don't say anything yet. You've heard Trina's apology. We'll take a short break, and then I'll ask you if you're ready to come through the door and accept her apology. We'll be right back.
That was some smooth stuff right there. I mean, it is just something how people will pour themselves open because they just want to be heard. They want to know that somebody hears me and sees me and see that I got flaws. I got chinks in my armor, and I want to be forgiven. What is your take on this so far, Shaq?
She seems genuine. She does. She seems genuine. She seems, I mean, there's no doubt that 5 times. I mean, my goodness. It's
what I want to know. Was it 5 times with one guy, or was it 5 different?
Yeah, that is something that I wish that we knew. But yeah, she's
5 times. See, for me, the 5 times Is it 5 times with one guy, so that's grouping into one cheating block, or is it 5 different men? And that would make a difference for me, because
yeah.
5 different people.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
after 2,
right.
you're married. To me, I mean, nobody ever said, marriage was going to be easy. Even in the vows, they tell you, the preacher says marriage is an institution, not to be entered into lightly. You just can't be cavalier about this. You got to know what it is you want to do. And none of the marriage vows say, oh, it's all right for you to, cheat on your husband 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. I don't want to be judgmental. Okay, I'm very judgmental. I ain't going to sit here and lie. Okay, let's see what she has to say, and if Alan comes through the door. Because I can feel myself getting the face together already.
Yeah, getting
and I didn't know I had the face. I didn't know I had the face. And somebody called me out on it big time. This big time guy. He asked me a question. I was going to give him an answer and verbally, and he said, my love, now you already gave me the face. I'm like, what's the face? Oh, you know what the face is. And all I did was this. He said, oh, you already gave me the face. I know how you feel.
Yeah, we couldn't play poker because I had the same face.
You and I would be dangerous. We would be useless in Las Vegas together because, first of all, I'm not going to Vegas and give up my house note money and car note for a gambling game. And so then I get excited. Oh! Now, the only place that I got on my game face is when I'm sitting at a big wish table with you, and I know I'm going to whoop that behind. Other than that, no. I don't have a poker face. We'd be like, do you get excited? Oh yeah. Do you? Have you ever been to Vegas to gamble?
Oh yeah. I play slot machines and yeah.
And
the house wins. That's they know the house wins. Like you do that. Oh, I'm gonna do it one more time. That's it.
I do $20 in quarters at the slot machine. And one time I was at the slot machine and I got $200 back. And I was like, I'm going back up to the stairs to my hotel room. No, you're not getting this back. And people will gamble away their life savings, their children's college education money, the whole thing. And then now we have legal gambling. Okay, well, that was we went off script a little bit. Okay, let's find out what she and Alan are going to do.
Welcome back. We're here with Trina Lucas, who deeply regrets the many times she was unfaithful to her husband, Alan, during their troubled marriage. She says that even though they're divorced now, she'd do anything to get Alan back. Trina, if Alan is willing to accept your apology for cheating that many times, he's going to be standing on the other side of that door. But you have to be ready. He might have decided he wants to stay divorced from you. The cheating was too much. Are you ready to take your place in front of the door?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, go take your place in front of the door. All right, Trina Lucas, let's open the door.
That's the man.
Look at
Trina, tell Alan what you wanted to tell him. I told you gotta have faith, baby.
I'm having it. I love you so much. I am so sorry that I cheated on you. I love you and I love them kids. We were a beautiful family. I just think neither one of us tried hard enough. We ignored each other a lot when we shouldn't have. I'm willing to try. I'm willing to go to counseling. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to have you and those kids in my life. Aaron needs you. He needs his brother and his sister. And I am sorry. I know I did wrong. I'll take blame for everything I did wrong. I'll admit my mistakes, and I'm willing to move forward.
Well, there's rules, you know. You can't run around like you did, you know.
I gotta run around.
Can't.
You gotta show me attention that a woman needs. You can't just...
You can't go in and out of my life like this.
I'm not going in and out of your life.
I can't handle it at all. And the kids don't need it.
No, they don't. They need two parents that get along.
That's right.
And that love each other. And that show them love.
Do you still love her, Alan?
Yes, I do love her.
Do you think that you can take the responsibility for your actions as well, as far as being so controlling with her and pay her the attention that she says she needs from you?
Yeah.
She wants, you know, I tell you, when you love a man, you want the attention from him. Trina needs Alan Lucas's love. Everybody else is just somebody she's trying to fill a void with that only you can fill for her. You understand that?
Yes.
She has been deeply hurt by this, and I think you have too. So has your entire family.
I've been tore up about it.
What's been the hardest part for the two of you?
Well,
Keeping things together.
yeah,
Forgiving each other.
it's been rough. Very rough.
Trust has been a big problem. That's obvious.
Do you mind, do you understand that she is trying to better herself when she went out to get her GED, when she got into the nursing program, that she's trying to make things better for her husband and for her children, as well as for herself?
Yeah, she started back to school, and that's when she started her cheating, so...
It didn't happen like that.
You know.
Okay, listen, this is not the let me point my finger at your show.
Yeah.
This is let me take into consideration and do everything I can to forgive you. She's asking you to forgive her. You've walked through that door. This is a huge start for the both of you. Yes, ma'am. Oh, we have a few questions. Yes, ma'am.
Hello, this is for the husband. Do you think that you can ever really, really trust her again?
It's going to take a while. It's going to take a while. I'm going to have to, I mean, she's going to have to prove, you know, to me that she's not going to do that anymore, you know? She's...
But you're willing to start.
Yeah.
You're willing. That's the
Yeah, I'm
important
willing.
thing. Yes, ma'am.
For the
Stand up.
kids' sake,
Stand
you know?
up.
I think a lot of her cheating ways was because you didn't pay any attention to her and she had to go outside. So, are you willing to give like your part of it too?
Yes, I am. I'll pay attention to her as much as I could, you know? I mean, I worked 12 hours a day, you know? It's just...
And working 12 hours a day means that you got to come home and share your part of the load as well. As well. Yes.
And that's what I was about to say. It's a 50-50 relationship. You know, you just can't think that, you know, oh, I just had to think about my feelings and not her feelings and vice versa. You know, y'all both got to work it out together. It's just like a team. You know, you're married, you got kids, everybody's involved, not just yourselves, you know. So if they see y'all not doing well, they're not going to do it well at all. You got to think about them a whole lot.
Yeah.
And you need counseling.
And that, you know what, I'm so glad that you brought that up. I thank you for that. Because, Trina, you said to him, you are willing to go to counseling. You're willing to do whatever it's going to take. Counseling is a big start, and you're going to, and it's all right to need help.
I always have been. I've been willing to get counseling from the very beginning. And, in fact, I was going by myself for a while. But,
you know, now
it's hard. We didn't pull together enough.
And you got to. He said marriage is kind of like a team. No, marriage is a team.
It's not a 50-50 thing.
No.
It's 100-100.
It's absolutely. And there's a phrase at the beginning of the marriage vows. Marriage is an institution not to be entered into lightly. You cannot take this partnership and treat it cavalierly. You are someone's mother and father. They are absolutely depending on you to do the right thing. And baby, if you know like Mother Love know, when you don't know the right thing, go find somebody and ask them what is the right thing to do. I thank you for sharing your story with us. I wish you the best of luck. We'll be right back.
That was a bad dude. That was a grown man coming through that door. And to be willing to sit there and listen to his ex-wife talk publicly about her indiscretions and her cheating on her husband 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And the fact that he stepped in, he stepped up, and he was behind that door, said to me, I'm willing to work on my marriage. I'm willing to make sure that my wife and myself and our kids are in a safe place. And just like they said, when kids are not going to do as well if watching you and you this being their example. If you don't do well, they're not going to do well. And I've seen this in so many families. Even when women are being abused by their husbands, and the kids think it's okay, and then the anger just keeps going. So you got sons. The sons saw you beat their mother, so when they get involved in a relationship, they figure that's what they're supposed to do. No, listen. Anybody can have a baby and be a parent. No, I think that anybody can have a baby to be a mother or father. It takes a lot of work to be a parent. Mm-hmm. It takes a lot of work. Whether they're, no matter what the situation is. And I've often said this, when people start having kids, this is no longer your life. That's why do everything you want to do as much as you can do before you start having kids. Travel, go see the world, so you don't feel like you've just been stifled and no, I gotta be. Because a lot of people do that because they feel they're not worthy of love. I'll go off with somebody else. I know what to do. No, you don't. No, you don't. This is a community, and you have to be willing to open up and share. Not with everybody. You got to pick the people that you tell your story to, but understand that this is going to be work. They're going to need a lot of therapy.
Oh, absolutely.
What's our next? And who is our next guest?
Welcome back. Let's meet our next guest.
My name is Peter Torres. I got mixed up with my homeboys, and I got into a lot of trouble. I sold drugs, and I robbed people. I put my girlfriend and my baby boy in danger with my ghetto lifestyle, and I lost them. I want to apologize and prove to my family that I'm a changed man, period.
Peter, why'd you start getting mixed up with your homeboys, for those who need a translation? Your friends.
Well, at that time, my lady, she was pregnant, and I was a school teacher at that time, and I wasn't making enough money. And of course, I go back to the neighborhood, and I see one of my buddies, and he's just major money, he's doing it. And he's like, I heard, you got a family now, and you struggling or whatever. Be down for me, and we can make it happen. And he propositioned me with the homie love. Like, I love you, homie. I'm gonna make sure you're gonna be all right. I'm gonna look out for you. And I fell for it. I made the wrong decision, and I did it, and I never looked back. And I just made the wrong decision, Mother Love.
Oh, but you're looking back now. You might not have looked back then.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's coming up and biting you on your hind parts now.
No doubt.
And you're not a stupid man. You're a college-educated individual to be a school teacher. So you just got caught up in this is what I've always wanted to know. What kind of conversation did they have with a bright, intelligent man to have you get involved in this and you know it's wrong? Because there are a lot of young people who are not as educated as you are, Peter.
Yeah, what I'll tell anybody, educated or non-educated, you don't want to do that. I mean, if your friends come at you with they want you to sell drugs for them, or they want you to be down for them for anything that's wrong, don't do it. Because that lady, your mom, your dad, your brothers and sisters, then they're telling you not to do that because they know what it's going to lead to. They're sincere with you. Don't do that. Don't be involved with any friends that are I want you to do that.
Okay, now when you say want you to do that specifically, what were you doing when you were out there hustling?
I did anything for money, mother. I did anything except sell my body. I robbed. I'd sell drugs. I'd break into your house. If I see you cash your check, and I follow you. You go into the store. I'm breaking into your car. I'm trying to take your purse. I did anything. I had to get paid. I had to have it. It's better to have money than need it than not to have it.
Well, now I truly agree with that, but I'd rather not be in the penitentiary because I'm trying to rob somebody.
But that's the chance I took, and I understood the consequences, mother love, and I'm paying for it now. That's why I want to ask for forgiveness.
Now talk to me about your family. Tell me about them, the closeness that you have with this is your girlfriend and your little baby. Now tell me about them and how come you felt the need. Did you think that she would even understand you doing this?
No,
Did she go along with this?
No, she didn't. I misled her, mother love. She didn't know the extent of what I was doing. She just thought she thought it was petty hustle. She didn't know the level it was on.
What are you telling her, Peter?
Oh, baby, I'm just in the hood. I'm hooking this guy up with the person who has it. In exchange, I'm getting a piece of the profit. That's all she thought it was. She didn't know I had my hand directly in it. She didn't know I was going to go score the dope. She didn't know I was transporting the dope. She didn't know none of that.
Oh, you doing stuff that could have you up under the penitentiary.
Well, boy, you never see me again. 25 with an L every time I touch something. But, I took that chance because I grew up in an environment, my little lights off, no water, no food. And then when it hit me that I had a child I had to support, it's like all of it came back to me. I was like, man, I'm not making it. My son, he might have to wear pro wings. I was like, oh no, I can't have that. I can't have that. So I did whatever. Mother love, and I didn't think. See, so I did it, but I wasn't thinking. I was smoking hella weed myself. And if you're smoking weed, any young kid out there smoking weed thinking that it don't distort your memory or it increases my thought process, weed makes me meditate, that's a lie. It's all it does is it masks your feelings and you're going to do the wrong thing, you know what I mean? Don't do it. Don't listen to your homies. Listen to your girl. A lot of people, I didn't listen to my guy. Like, oh, it's my girl. What she know? She don't know what I'm going through. She don't know
what is she telling you?
She was telling me I need to tighten it up. I need to change. She knew she's not dumb at all.
Right.
But she loved me and I took advantage of her, mother love. I knew she loved me and I knew I could make her be flexible and I took advantage of her.
Peter, in your life, and this is all going on and you're hustling out in the street and you're doing all this, where was the turning point? What happened that made you say, this has got to stop?
What happened was, mother love, I robbed the guy, mother love, for a nice amount of money. And
what's a nice amount of money?
It was over $10,000, mother love.
That's a nice amount of money, Peter.
But I want to say I gave him half his money back. But and I did rob him, and I went to the airport. I was like, baby mama, let's go to Atlanta. I need to get out the ghetto. I need to get out of the environment. I was in the ghetto of my mind. She was working. She was doing all the right things. She was being a good, humble woman. So she was like, no, I'm not gonna go with you because I'm not in the situation you in, and I'm not gonna bring my son into it. Okay. And then that's when it hit me. That's when I knew I messed up.
Okay.
That's when I knew I messed up.
Bright, intelligent man, fast money, catch you up and run you over. We sat down with Peter and helped him prepare a video message for his girlfriend, Tandra. Let's all take a look at that message as we see Tandra watching it for the first time.
Tandra, I know it's been 6 months since I ran out on you and Makai. I apologize for running out on you guys. Understand that robbing someone for money is unacceptable. I apologize for hustling. I apologize for stressing you out. I apologize for hustling in my community. If you could find it in your heart and mind to please forgive me and not forget me, I can assure you of a renewed commitment to family, relationship, and moral values. If you could find it in your heart to please accept me back and give me another chance, I'll prove to you and my son that I am a changed man 360. Will you please forgive me and not forget me? I love you very much.
Peter, I know you feel you've changed and want more than anything to have Tandra and your baby back in your life. But it's possible she won't want you back in her life. And if she feels that way, she won't be here. When we return, we'll find out if Tandra's on the other side of that door. We'll be right back. Looking at this is a heartbreaking show.
where
Yeah.
people were willing to come on and lay their heart bare and lay their feelings out for the world to see. That's a big deal. I, I
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Yeah. It's.
people need this so much.
Yeah. They
They are
need it.
hurting so badly, and it hasn't gotten any better from then to where we are now because nobody is really saying to them, I see you, I hear you. Let's work together to try to not try to work on you getting healed, to work on you understanding your power, the agency that you have, the foundation that you want to stand on. Yeah, you told me to keep it close to me. You know, and people always think men can't change. And for him to sit there boldly and say, this is what I've done and this is what I'm sorry for. And if you could please forgive me. And watching this, it's like watching it for the very first time. Like that
Right.
wasn't even me there. I mean, I must have had a lot of out-of-body experiences when I was hosting that show. Because it's,
Right.
do you believe it?
I do. I do. I think I do think he's sincere. I do.
What makes you say that? And because did you see Tandra's face?
Yeah, she didn't
was giving him a look. She gave him a
see,
look.
but yeah, but I don't know. I just maybe I'm optimistic today.
You know, I want to see what it comes out because I kind of sort of believe him. I try to keep an open mind for the fact that he came on a nationally syndicated television program to lay his issues out right there. You know, talk about, okay, I'm done with my homeboys. Let's get out of this. I'm a grown. And the fact that he was a school teacher. So this is not a stupid guy. It just shows you. Everybody thinks, oh, when you're in these high profile positions, you're a school teacher, you're a principal, you're the CEO of a company, and you can't have any chinks in your armor. All of us have chinks in our armor. All of us fall short of the glory of God. And we got to make sure that we're paying attention to what we're doing and how it's affecting people around us in our lives. Okay, I'm ready. Okay. Let's go on with this, see what happened. What happened?
With Peter Torres, he says he has nothing but regrets about getting sucked into the dangerous criminal life that ended up costing him his family. No, he didn't kill him. They didn't die, but they left him. And he's here today hoping he'll get the chance to prove that he can be reunited with his girlfriend Tandra and their young son. Peter, if Tandra's willing to accept your apology for the life that you got her involved in, she's standing on the other side of that door. But as I said, she might not want you in her life. Maybe she feels safe and she doesn't have to look over her shoulder and wonder where the money is coming from. But you said you've turned your life around. You want to make a difference. You have a young son. You've made a mistake. And like I said, I applaud you because a lot of young men would not accept responsibility for the mistakes that they've made. What do you feel that you could say to your son? You said you haven't seen him in 7 months. What would you say to him?
If I were to see Makai, I'd tell him that I'm sorry and that he's to listen to his mother straight up and that she won't mislead him. And I know that the love that she has for him is genuine and that I apologize that I couldn't be the man that he needed in his life.
But can you be that man now?
No doubt. But all this, I'm just a joker. She has the ace of spades. You know what I mean? So...
Well, I want you to take that attitude and I want you to change it because you're not a joker. You're the real thing. And I applaud you. Go take your place in front of the door and let's see if Tandra's here. He's just a little nervous. Wait, Peter. Step back. Yeah, because I don't want you. There you go. All right, Peter. Let's open that door.
Now you see why I don't want to see this.
Peter. Bring Tandra on over to the couch. Bring her on over, Peter.
They look like they want to get
Hi,
room.
Tandra.
Hi.
Tell her what you want to tell her, Peter.
What I really want to say, Tan, is that I'm sorry. And I want to see you happy. You know what I mean? If me, it's going to make you unhappy, don't even forgive me. Just forget about it. But I'm telling you, I've changed. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hurt you. I said I'm sorry. I don't want to hustle. I don't want to see no drugs. I want to do whatever I got to do to make it right, Tan. I don't want to be trying to put my hands on you. I don't want to do none of that. And if you feel you have any doubts in your mind, then don't do it. Because that's how much I love and respect you. I don't want you to even have a second thought in your mind like, is he going to do this? Is he going to do that? If you feel that way, then forget about it. And I can live with that because I made this bed. But I want to let you know I'm not like that anymore. Straight up, period. It's not me anymore. I've changed, Tan. I've changed. And I'm dying without you, boo. Every day, I mean, I was working. I can't even focus. I can't focus. I have a job and I can't even focus, baby. I can't even focus. Can't even focus. And I'm sorry, baby. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard. But if you could just find it in your heart and mind, baby, please. I know it's difficult. I can't even look at you, you know what I'm saying? Will you please forgive me, Tan? Can you please forgive me?
Tandra.
Peter, I will forgive you, but I'm a strong person. And you know I'm a strong person. And there's a lot of things that I will not tolerate from you. I will not tolerate you hanging out all night. I will not tolerate you mistreating me, mistreating your son, misleading me, misleading your son. If you're going to be his father, you're going to be his father through it all. You're going to be his father through thick, through thin, through bills, through financial problems. You're going to be there for him. You're going to be there for me. Just like I was there for you and he was there for you. That child loves you. You mean the world to him. He sees no wrong in you. To him, you are a star. You are all he has. You are his star, no matter who comes into his life. But Peter, if I forgive you, you will be the man that I know you can be. You will be the man that you were when I first came to you, when you first came to me.
Yes, baby.
I love you and you mean the world to me, and I want the best for you, I want the best for me, and I want the best for our family, which includes Makai. But if you've changed, and I honestly feel in my heart that you have changed, I honestly feel in my heart that you've changed, because if I didn't feel in my heart that you have changed, I would not have been behind that door.
Oh, no.
But seeing is believing.
Peter, you know what? You were absolutely right. That's a rock standing there. And you had said to me, Mother Love, please help me see my son. Open up that door because Makai is here. Hear him, man. There him, baby. There him, daddy.
What's up, boo? What's up, boo?
Oh, he know who his daddy is.
There your baby. So you don't have to go all the way to San Antonio. It's all right. Oh, Peter, it's all right to let the tears fall while you hold that precious child in your arms. The way that child is holding on to you, he is depending on you to be a man. And you be a man about this. And you hold on to that woman. And I'm not trying to be sarcastic or nothing, but I do expect my wedding invitation in the mail directly. Because you let this one go again. You out, brother. I thank you for sharing your story, Peter. I thank you very, very much. I know I ain't even important to him no more. He's seen his baby. Thank you. We'll be right back.
See, that's what you call a good show. That's what you call. Listen, and when you can break the whole stuff, but I told you, we used to say, we need to get Kleenex to be a sponsor of this show because I go through tissue, the artists go through tissue. We would do shows that had everybody, crying and, like, and people, just like I said, people want to be seen and they want to be forgiven. And this program was really it was just really good for people. And We need it now more than ever. So when we do get another show, it's going to be called the Mother Love Show this time. Even though people already called Forgive and Forget the Mother Love Show. I loved it. Oh my goodness. Did you expect her to be behind the door?
I did. Because I like I said in the beginning, I thought he was very sincere, and clearly he looked that way. And
He
so,
did. And a kid will break you down, and you see how he reached out to his father. He said he hadn't seen his son in 7 months. So he's 18 months old then. So that would mean he was up barely a year old before he saw his son. And for that baby to embrace him like that, like they never missed a beat.
Right.
That's the human connection. That's the father love. Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to catch up with them. He probably got grandkids now if they stayed together.
Right.
Okay, what's our next one?
All right, here we go.
Welcome back. It's time to meet our next guest.
My name is Angela Mann. When my best friend's mom died, I didn't go to her funeral. I should have been there for her. I owe her a big apology.
Angela, why did you miss your friend's mom's funeral?
Well, at the time, Mother Love, I was so caught up in my own life, and because my mom was sick at the time, I didn't want to face death. I didn't want to be in a funeral. I didn't want to be around anybody mourning, and I kind of just shunned Linda off. And when she called, it was such a shock because her mom was not sick. And the bad part about it is I don't even know what really happened to her mom. I don't know if she had a heart attack or if she had a stroke.
Wait, Angela. You said this was my best friend. You didn't call her to find out?
She called me and told me what happened. And of course she expected me to be there immediately, like anybody would be. They would be there that night with the family.
But I want to find out just how close you were with this best friend. Tell me about you and your friend Linda.
We grew up in Michigan. Both of us are from Michigan. We went to church together. We went through her first boyfriend, JL, her first car. She's a little older than me. And we just been close. JL passed away. We went through that together. I even moved to Atlanta, where she was living. And
did you move there to be closer to her?
To be closer to Linda. And ironically, we weren't that close once I moved there. But when she called and told me, I was probably the first person she called to be there. And like I said, being caught up in my own life, thinking I didn't have time, thinking it wasn't important.
Somebody's mother passing away? Your friend's mother?
My mom passed last year. I haven't talked to Linda in 3 years since her mom passed.
And your mother passed away last year?
I don't even know if she knows my mom passed.
So now you're standing in her shoes.
Exactly.
And you know what it's like.
Exactly.
Well, we got together with Angela and our affiliate WAGA Channel 5 in Atlanta, Georgia. They helped us prepare a videotape message for her friend Linda. So I'll take a look at that message as we see Linda watching it for the first time.
Linda, I am so sorry that I was not there for you 3 years ago when your mother passed away. Now I realize how much pain you were going through at that time, that I was so wrapped up in my own life that I didn't take the time out to be with you and your family. Now that I have experienced it firsthand, I know exactly the pain that you were going through. Linda, I don't know if you know, but my mom passed last year. And now I know that you needed me to be there for you and be that strong shoulder you needed to lean on. But Linda, if I could turn back the time, I would have been right there for you. So please, Linda, walk through that door and let's make amends so that we can be friends.
Angela, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll find out if Linda's here. We'll be right back.
And that's a hard pill to swallow. I don't know what I would have done with my friends not being there for me when our mother passed away. And that's a hard road. And they came and showed up. I mean, A lot of my friends I've had since childhood. And that's when you know you got a good friend, when they know all your ride or die tricks, they know where everything is, they know where the bodies are buried. You know the difference between a good girlfriend and a great girlfriend?
Yeah, you said it before.
I told you that before. Oh yeah. Good girlfriend is, she don't touch nothing. Wait till I get there. We'll call the lawyer. Great girlfriend goes, I'm coming with the plastic and the shovel. And when you don't have that kind of foundation, or you break that with your friends, and mine are my sister friends. I call them my sister friends, and I have been accused by many members of my family who have said to me, you treat your friends better than you treat us. I'm like, well, they treat me better than you do. So why wouldn't I spend that energy with them? And when your girls are, I wouldn't know what I would have done without my girlfriends being there to wrap around me and keep me from falling and from falling apart. And when she never said that they were best friends. She just said they were friends, and that she got wrapped up in her own world. Isn't that the purpose of friends? That you step outside of yourself and what you need to give them what they need, or just to be supportive, just to be that shoulder to cry on, that sounding board. When my mother passed away, I was the biggest thing was I didn't have any regrets. And you can always tell who the regretful people are at the funeral home and at the funeral in the church when they go, oh, Lord, I can't believe she go. You ain't seen her in 10 years. You ain't picked up the phone and called her one time. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yep. It happened when my mom passed.
Really?
Yep.
What happened?
Yeah, people came up saying, oh, I can't believe it. Like, you haven't been up here to fly this up here to see her. People from my family from Georgia, like you've never been up here in years to see her, but now you're all, oh my God, come on,
all broke up and and then you don't want to be like standing there like, I remember when my father passed away, my mother and his older sister, they had issues. They didn't feel like this is what the biggest thing was against my mother with his family. She was too dark. And she, if you and her have babies, they're gonna be darker, or they might be. But and that was her biggest thing, because honestly, they could pass for white people. And she gets to my father's funeral. She could not stand my mother. She could not stand us. When we get to the funeral and we sitting there, and she gets up to his casket, and she just went to screaming and hollering and trying to fall out, and you could hear this over the whole funeral. Get your phony ass up. Did I just see? Oh, they had to escort her out the funeral home because it might have been a fight. And that's what I can't stand. You love people, love them there. Reach out to them. Don't say, oh, I was thinking about you, but I didn't pick up the phone and call. Oh, I was thinking about you, and I remember was reminiscing. Oh, but I can't send you a Facebook post. And I'm really bad at that, but I'm working better to, get in tune with the 21st century and all the electronics. I still like a handwritten note, just so y'all know. I like handwritten. Okay. When that happened to you, because what do you do with them relatives? They come up there and they want to show out, and then they leave and they call you back up after the service a couple of months later. So I want to be the one that's going to be there for you 6 months later, because that's after everybody went through their issues, and now we get to see where you are now. So just stay with them. Don't just abandon them like that. Or did you cuss them out? Because I didn't cuss my relatives out that came up at my mama's funeral being phony. Because she would have said, get up and tell that heifer to sit down, right? And I heard her. She said, don't let your sisters and brothers fall out. You try to pick them up, you're going to have a hernia. And I was like, this is how our mother was so funny. She was all of my brothers and sisters and family are hilarious. When I was doing stand-up and I would run out of material, I just get on the plane and go back to Ohio. And I would have a whole new 4, 5, 6 hour show, because they are hilarious. And you gotta love it. Okay, so let's see if her girlfriend decided, what's her name, Linda? If Linda decided to forgive her. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Angela Mann, she says she made a big mistake a few years back when she failed to attend her friend Linda's mom's funeral. Angela, I know you're hoping that your girlfriend Linda's on the other side of that door, but please be prepared. She might not be there, because you weren't there when she needed you. She might not be there when you need her. What goes around comes around. Just had to say that. You ready to go take your place in front of the door?
Yeah.
Let's find out if she's here. Okay, Angela, let's open the door.
Oh, that's good. Both of them got on my sporty colors, royal blue and gold. And they got me gold.
Well, Angela, tell Linda what you wanted to tell her.
God, Linda, it is so good to see you.
Thank you.
But I am so sorry that I did not come to you when you called me. And I did not know the pain you were going through until my mom died. And when she died, Linda, I wish you had been there. And now I understand why you called and why you wanted me there and why we haven't talked in 3 years. But I'm glad you are here.
Okay. Well, I'm glad too. I just wanted to know why it took you so long to call me or to say anything, because I hadn't talked to you in so long. I just wanted to know why it took so long.
I didn't have a way to contact you, or like I said, it didn't hit me until my mom passed, and I didn't have a way to contact you, and it didn't hit me until my mom passed. All my friends came, but my best friend wasn't there.
And that's the way I felt. I was probably more so disappointed. I felt hurt and let down because even though all those people were at my mom's house, I still was looking for you. My family was asking for you, and it just hurt, but I had to go on because, you know, I knew I had to do what I had to do. So
now you both are without your mother. All of us, and I'm sure there's somebody in here that is without their mother. Now you understand the importance, the true importance of having your girlfriend with you. They are not a dime a dozen. We take a long time to cultivate and build these relationships, and there's a tissue right there for you, Angela. And we expect them to be there for us in a time of great time, and especially in a time of crisis. Let this be a great new beginning for the two of you, because you do have one another. I thank you for sharing your story with us, and you just messed up all your pretty face. Now you know. Now you know how I feel. Thank you very much. We'll be right back.
Eyelashes be all down here, one on my forehead. They had to stop a show one time because I am an admitted waterhead. I wear my feelings on my sleeve, and I get that. I get that. And I just be emotional, like give Mother Love a tissue, and I forget I got a lot of makeup on and my eyelashes, and they said stop the show. Mother Love's her eyelashes on her forehead. I was like, really? And I don't know what it is about my wigs and my hairdo, but I always had this alfalfa thing going on. Google it so you'll know what alfalfa is. I saw it in that show the whole time. I'm like, okay, but that's what it is. I'm not going to take it off. Okay, wait, I can fix it back. So what is your take on those two reuniting?
I think that's great. I think that is, yeah, that was a good reason to apologize, and I'm glad that they were able to make amends.
Because it is difficult enough when you have people around you and then when people that's one of the things. People kept dying in my family, and people are always gonna die in your family. And like I had to tell them, y'all got to die on cue. Don't die in a month that got snow. I can't come back there with no snow. I'm not gonna do it. And you know, and this is another thing I always thought was kind of crazy as far as funerals are concerned. Why would you put dead flowers around a dead person? They can't see them. Listen, they told me I was crazy. I took the spray off my mother's casket, and I said I wanted it on the back of my couch because I always wanted a spray on the back of the couch, because the couch is the perfect place to put a spray, because that's what they call coffins, couches. And they were like, and it wasn't just me, it was my aunts, and they was taking something and bought them all, and people gave us plants. They sent plant, where you could keep the plants. And I think it was one of my aunts took like 4 of the plants, and she told me them plants had been there for over 20 years growing from my mother's grave. And I just thought that was crazy. So when I die, don't buy me no flowers. If you want to buy me flowers on a for a casket, just send it to me. I'll put it outside the steps. I can't see it dead. You know, I just want to, I'm glad that they got back together. That was like a silly thing to say. But I did take the spray off my mother's casket and put it on the back of my car, and it lasts a lot longer than I thought. I didn't think it was going to last more than a week, but it did. And that'll be a show to have. What is the craziest funerals you have ever been to and the craziest weddings? Oh, and I know we got some of them shows inside of Forgive or Forget. It is my pleasure. Remember this, babies. No matter how big or tall, short or small, thick or thin, doesn't matter what skin you're in, everybody needs some mother love now and then. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and that's Shaq. Love and kisses too. Peace and blessings, everybody.